Hi everyone, this is Karen Leslie, your WordPress fairy godmother. And this is part two of a web review series. And the first part covered administrators and security. And this part is going to cover content updates. Technical updates will be covered in a different part, but this is more content updates. Now, as usual, if you have any questions, please ask in the comments below or contact me. So content is really important. And I know that seems really obvious, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, of course it is. It's got to be aligned with who you are and your goals and your ideal client. Of course it's important. It is very obvious. However, it is really easy not to update the content. So I'm thinking specifically about images, photos. I realized on my Zoom when somebody goes into a Zoom chat and my video's off, it was a picture of me taken several years ago, looking quite skinnier and different. Skinny is a word. So I thought, oh, I need to update that. It's the same for your website. You want to look at your website as if looking at it for the first time, as if being your ideal client. And you want to look at it and you want to see what impression does it give you. Yeah. And if you finding this too hard to look at it objectively, get a friend to do it, a partner to do it. Get somebody just to put eyes on your website to see what's their first impressions. Because we make first impressions like that, if not quicker. By the time I took my hand up to do and did the click, impressions have already been done. So you want to make sure your content is up to date. You want to make sure that if there's a picture of you on your homepage, and if there isn't, why isn't there? Best way to recognize you is to actually see you on your homepage. So look at there, is the photo up to date? I remember once I was following one mentor in the US, and she had bleached hair, bleached blonde hair. And I'm not casting aspersions, shade, or anything on her because, look at mine. And I signed up for a free workshop. And people are joining this free workshop, and I'm thinking, where is she? And I'm looking around, and nobody's spoken yet. And then when somebody did speak, I'm still looking at them thinking, well, where is she? This is obviously somebody who's introducing it to us. No, she'd gone from bleach blonde to jet black. And I actually didn't recognize her. It made such a big difference. So it's really important that your photo and your images are up to date, especially when there's a dramatic change like that. So look at your content. Is it still aligned with how you feel and how your business is run? If you've changed niche or you've changed direction or your services are completely different to how they used to be, it needs to be reflected on your website. It really does. And it comes down to your call to actions. And can they be improved? Are you just a click here or book here person without saying what they're clicking there for or what they're booking there for? Yeah, it doesn't have to just be a click here, which really doesn't tell Google anything. And if they scroll down to the bottom of your website, do you have all your legal stuff there? Your privacy policies, your cookie policies, um, accessibility policies. Yeah. Terms and conditions. If you're a product-based business, do you have your delivery there? What does the copyright year say on your website? Go on, have a look. The one I found most out of date was over 10 years old, and the website hadn't been updated in that time either. It's these little things sometimes that help people decide, are they in the right place? Is this website up to date? Is this a current business? And those are all important things. We're trying to reduce friction points, trying to fill in the gaps so that it's really easy for somebody to work with you. You know, we don't want them thinking, oh, I'm not sure about this. Yeah. If they land on a website and you look absolutely nothing like you do in your socials, for example, if you're keeping your socials up to date, because that's the sexy, easy thing to do for some people anyway, the easy thing to do, then if you're looking one way on your socials and they come to your website and you're looking something else, it's like, am I in the right place? We want people to know they're in the right place, that you're the solution to their problems, whether that's products or services. They want to know that this website is current, that you're still actively involved in your business. So that means things like having all your policies up to date at the bottom, your copyright. Ideally, the copyright would be from the year that the website was published to the current year. And with some WordPress themes, that's really easy to do, and it can update automatically every year to the current year. Others you have to go in and manually do. I know, I go and check my clients' websites because not all of them were designed by me. So make sure that your website is up to date for the content. Have you created any checklists that either aren't on the website or don't have a link to where you have the checklist if they're in MailerLite or MailChimp or one of the other newsletter platforms, lead gen platforms? Are there any offers that you have created that are not on your website yet? Yeah, I hold my hand up there. I promote my strategic website review through my socials. It doesn't have a sales page on my website yet. It was a service that was created, a package that was created because I was actually doing this for people, but I hadn't put it in a package with a nice little name to it. And strategic web review, since I've mentioned it, this is what it does. It looks at the front end of your website. It's you and me, 45 minutes on a Zoom call. And we look for the friction points, the confusion points, the gaps that can cause somebody to land on your website and then think, nah, and move away. Now, if they're thinking, nah, and moving away because you're really not a good fit, they were looking for pink hair dyes and you sell blue hair dyes, then that's a perfectly acceptable reason for them to leave. You're not a good fit. That's fine. What we don't want is your ideal client, the ideal client, lands on your website and then for some reason doesn't engage with you. That's what we're trying to get rid of in the strategic web review. You get a copy of the recording. From there, you can create your list of, yes, I think that's a good recommendation. No, I don't agree with that. Whatever you think, then you can either do it yourself if you're that way inclined. You can hand it to your current web developer and see what they say. Or if you don't have either of those, you can come to me and we can discuss it and see if another package is suitable for you to implement those changes. But reviewing your website for content is really important. Seriously, cannot stress this enough. If somebody lands on your website and they do not recognize you from your socials. They do not understand what you're offering, or you're saying one thing on your socials and another on your website. That friction is enough to cause confusion, and it can prevent a contact or a sale or a registration, whatever it is the goal of your website is there for. So your task from this video is to go and check, especially the home page, but any other pages where you direct people to. So you may have some sales pages, some landing pages. Go and check those too. Is your content up to date? Are your images up to date? This is Karen Leslie. I'm your WordPress fairy godmother. This was part 2 in a short series. And I'll see you next time. Bye.